So I don't know how much you know about Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro situation and her leaving Daily Wire. And I've been making some researches and I came to a conclusion and I want to share my opinion with you today. A lot of people know who Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro is, but no one knows what actually happened between them that led Candace Owens leave Daily Wire. Some sources says that she was fired, but nothing is confirmed. Of course, Ben Shapiro being Jewish and Candace being black Christian, we will have their own differences in a lot of different opinions. But because Ben was always fighting for freedom of speech, and no matter what your opinion is, he encouraged you to say that, and then for the public to decide, are you right or not? He never put their disagreements in their job. She had her own show at Daily Wire, and Ben Shapiro being one of the founder of Daily Wire, we had really good relationship, at least from outside perspective. We had few podcasts together and they were sharing the same opinions about the politics in the United States. And I thought myself, we was friends. I told myself we are close to each other, we are colleagues, and because of their similar opinion in a lot of different topics, we share the same ideologies and we share the same passion for public speaking. So my personal opinion was that they were friends, not only because of work, but because of their similarity. In recent events, I realized that they are not. I don't know what you heard about this situation, but I want to give you the full perspective how this actually happened and how it escalated to the point that she left or got fired from the job. Basically, their first disagreement started with the war between Palestine and Israel. And Ben Shapiro being Jewish, his first priority was defending Israel and Jewish people. But Candace, on the other hand, was not fully defending Palestinian and not taking their side, but she posted on X a few tweets about the situation, and this is where the disagreement started. And I want to read those tweets for you right now. No government anywhere has a right to commit a genocide, ever. There is no justification for a genocide. I can't believe this even needs to be said, or it's even consider it the least bit controversial to state. Then another tweet she posted, in short, if the blanket statement that genocide is wrong upsets you in any way, then you need to check yourself. I said exactly what I meant, and I won't be backing down or apologizing or further clarifying the statement. And Ben Shapiro and Jewish community took that as a something against them, that she is fighting against Israel. And this whole situation started boiling up. A lot of people were saying that she's antisemitic. A lot of people were saying that she actually supports Hitler. A lot of crazy words been spoken, been tweeted, and a lot of people was asking Ben Shapiro to step in and say something about his colleague. He was silent until one event that he shared with other Jewish people, where somebody secretly from the side was filming him and then posted on social media. Let's watch that video so you could see what he said about Candace Owens.
And then the question was about Candace Owens. I think her behavior during this has been disgraceful. Without a doubt. Yeah, and she still works for my company. Yeah, I think she's been absolutely disgraceful. I think that her faux sophistication on these particular issues has been ridiculous. It's not faux sophistication, it's ridiculous. Everybody can see the moves that she's making and the things that she's saying, and I find them disreputable.
Her behavior is disgraceful. I don't know, that's really strong words for her tweets. She never said anything bad about Jewish people. She never said anything wrong just by saying and fighting against committing genocide. She never said any bad word to the Jewish community. She never said any bad word to anyone. She was just sharing opinion about a certain topic which doesn't violate or accuse anyone to anything. After this video was posted on the internet, Candace Owens of course saw it. She had an interview with Tucker after that, and Tucker asked her a question about this video.
Absolutely disgraceful, particularly a coworker, seems like a pretty big step. What? And I really don't know the background here. What is that about?
You know, there isn't much of a background. I saw the video when everybody else saw it when I woke up.
No one warned you about it.
Nobody warned me about it. It looks like maybe he didn't know he was being recorded. It looks like it was some sort of a private event. I got no clarity on the issue that he was particularly speaking on. And in what was said, I can't respond to it beyond what he's saying because it's just ad hominem attacks. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's not, we disagree, or I don't think she's correct, or maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, exactly. And So I can't respond to it on a level of intellect because there's nothing that he has expressed in that, at least in that short clip, that he fundamentally disagrees with in terms of what I said. But I will say that I'm not going to respond with the same ad hominem attacks.
Yes.
I don't think it helps further discussion. And if that was me that was caught on a video saying that about colleagues that I work with, I would be embarrassed.
In the middle of all of this, Rabbi Shmuley and his daughter had a beef with Candace for over 2 years.
We feel bad for Candace Owens that she lost her job. So I figure with her image of what Jews are supposed to look like, why not at least validate her? I am dressed up as a Candace Owens Jew. Now, this is not a Christian child, it's a Jewish child. But if it would be, I got my Christian blood. Spicy, delicious. I got my Jewish nose. I have filth, because Jews are all filth. And more than anything else, what does 80 have? Money! Yeah, we Jews are all about money!
And in one of the video, Candace Owens responded to all of these comments and videos about her from Rabbi Shmuley and his daughter. Let's see her comments about him.
And by the name of Rabbi Shmuley and his hag daughter have been harassing me. They have made videos after videos, smearing me, libeling me as an anti-Semite, saying that I defend Hitler, that I defend, just an absolute nonsense. Because I'm not fearful of you, and I think it's weird that you and your daughter are promoting and selling sex toys. That's why I deem you an unholy rabbi, because the industrialization of sex is harmful.
That's actually funny. I don't know how this is even a thing, being a rabbi and selling sex toys. That's really weird. That's like really, really weird. So basically after this video that she called out Rabbi Shmuley about the situation, about his behavior and his daughter and their sex toy shop, which is weird, really. Kosher sex toys, is it a thing? Guys, do you know any kosher sex toys? I never know that this is actually a thing in the Jewish community because I never heard about this before. And I have a lot of Jewish friends. My grandma was Jewish as well, so I'm familiar with the Jewish community very well. I lived in Israel, I lived in Tel Aviv, and I don't remember seeing kosher sex toy shops. That's really weird. So comment below what you think about this. So coming back to the conversation is, after this video that she posted, she had a conversation with Rabbi Barclay, who said she's anti-Semitic because she said that Rabbi Shmuley is unholy and his daughter is hag. So let's check this video as well.
And I'm just gonna ask you a basic question. Does a black person or any person have a right to defend themselves?
Absolutely.
Okay, because that is interesting, because Rabbi Shmuley and his daughter have attacked me and made videos of me for 2 years straight. I have responded once, and you're basically saying that I'm anti-Semitic for responding. So I want your perception of when it is that a black person's allowed to respond.
So Candace, first of all, I know Shmuley peripherally. We've probably met a half a dozen times. Okay?
So he's a friend.
He's an incredibly knowledgeable man.
Mm-hmm.
He formed Little Science
He's
Society.
biased basically right now.
Incredibly knowledgeable man. And with 9 kids, right? And we have something in Judaism.
What is 9 kids?
Christianity, but it's also Christianity as well to an extent, called Lashon Hara, the evil tongue. That to gossip, to say certain things like that is really a huge avera. It's a huge sin.
So he's not gossiping about her? And when she's saying she's gossiping, that's weird.
I don't know all the things that he has said about you. I do know he's called you an anti-Semite, and so have I.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's not a personal attack on you and your family.
Personal attack, okay. This doesn't make any sense.
For you to call a man who is extremely knowledgeable, an unholy rabbi, and his hag daughter, forgetting about what he may or may not have done. Okay, cool. If he's attacked you personally, if he's said whatever horrific things about you personally, that you are a blankety, 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 blank, he's wrong. If he's attacked you or your children or your family, your mother, for you to, rather than comment on whatever he's done, to call him an unholy rabbi, that is way out of line. You don't even know what a rabbi is supposed to do.
So let me ask you a question. Do you view that as anti-Semitic for me to respond? So it's so he can attack me for 2 years. Is he a racist, just to be clear?
I don't know how he attacks you, so I can't comment.
So what if I say that the definition of racism changes, and if you attack a black person, you're a racist?
Candace, you don't get to get away with that. It depends
No,
how
I'm
it
asking
changes.
because at the beginning of this discussion, you
How
did
did it
say
happen?
that you can't
How
tell
did
a black
he attack you?
It's been 2 years consistently of him and his
Okay,
daughter attacking me, saying that.
I wasn't there. I'm asking you. I'm asking all.
Okay, but if you're saying that you weren't there, why would you put this into writing?
Wait.
Isn't it incumbent upon you to research what's happened before you start saying to me that defending myself is anti-Semitic?
Candace, if he attacked you personally, if he said you were a black fill in the blank, then he should be reprimanded that, but it doesn't justify what you did. You don't know what a rabbi does. You don't know our theology. How dare you call him an unholy rabbi? How dare you go into the Messiah?
Guys, can rabbis sell sex toys? I'm just actually curious. Do you familiar with this situation? Can actually rabbis sell sex toys? Is it something that you can...
Hag is now anti-Semitic?
That is a term of his hag daughter that goes back into the witches of Eastern Europe. Why did you have to call her a hag daughter?
Just to be clear, because she's a witch. I think she's a witch. That's not because she's Jewish. I would call someone a hag of any color. I think she's a witch. What they have done over the last 2 years, I believe his daughter is a hag. I said that because that's what I believe. You may disagree with me on that, but to say that that's anti-Semitic is ridiculous. I would call any person a hag.
Candace, I'm going to be very clear without trying to be insulting. So please forgive me if it comes off wrong. Okay, it's not meant to.
No, it's fine. You can insult me.
I don't want to.
I've dealt with 2 years of a rabbi insulting me, so I'm totally...
I don't want to, but he's basically saying you're anti-Semitic, but I don't want to insult you. That's crazy. So basically, after all of these situations, after all of this drama about her being anti-Semitic and all of these accusations from the Jewish community led to the conclusion that either she left Daily Wire because of this or she was fired. I'm not gonna say what I don't know because I don't know what exactly happened there. So we're just gonna say that Daily Wire and Candace Owens are not longer in the partnership. Because of all of this communication, because of all of this situation, because of all of these accusations and all of this drama, she wouldn't be able to work there. What's happened after this situation is even crazier than you would think. Basically, she posted a couple of tweets that she is no longer working at the Daily Wire. She said, "The rumors are true. I am finally free." She tweeted, "Christ is King." A lot of people from Jewish community took that tweet very anti-Semitic. Andrew Klavan, who is one of the hosts at Daily Wire, actually posted on his YouTube channel what he thinks about Candace Owens after she posted this "Christ is King" tweet. And the craziest part, before you're gonna watch this video that I'm gonna put on, he's Christian Jewish. Just think about it. He is Jewish who converted to be Christian.
Christ is the King, and one day every knee will bow and recognize it because he's not just my king, he's king of the universe. But when you use that phrase to mean that God has abandoned his chosen people, the Jews, through whom he came into this world incarnate, and that he's broken his promises, his covenant with the Jews, you are quoting scripture like Satan does in the Bible.
That's a very strong line. That's a very strong line. I don't want to repeat that. I think this is crazy. I can understand the logic behind this, but you are biased because you're working at the Daily Wire right now. I always not take seriously someone's opinion when we are biased, the same way when you go to the court and we choose people who are gonna judge the person in the court. And if they are biased and they have similar background or exposed to the situation that happened in this specific court case, we don't let them decide if the person is guilty or not. And we choose different people to do that. Because you being biased is nullified your opinion about certain topics. And I think in this situation, especially with Andrew Klavan, is very biased. It's weird that, Ben Shapiro and a lot of people in the Daily Wire, we talk about freedom of speech and how it's important to express yourself and your opinion about certain things. But it doesn't work when it's in your own company. So you can control what people are thinking or saying in your own company, which is weird because you cannot cherry pick the occasions. You cannot cherry pick the situation where you can allow certain people to talk about certain topics and then not allow them to talk about certain topics when it's not convenient for you. I think that's really wrong. I think that's the that's the beauty of the United States. I think that's the beauty of freedom of speech. You are free to talk everywhere. Of course, depending on the where you're located and where you work, freedom of speech is not existent. And I think it's really hard to create that environment that you can say whatever you want to say and your own opinion and not be judged by it. Because even if you have a freedom of speech, people still decide what is good or not. And because people still decide what is good or not, you're still gonna have the consequences of saying what you think. But on the other side, when you have different people in one society who can support your opinion about certain topics, that means if somebody is not agreeing with you, somebody will agree with you as well. That's what I like about America. We have Republicans, we have Democrats, we have people who's in the middle, and we're always gonna find people who have similar thoughts and have similar ideologies with us, no matter what we decide or no matter what we talk about, and no matter which side we are on. I'm a little bit confused about Ben Shapiro in this situation. I understand his logic, I understand his stance, I understand why he took this stand, I understand why he is biased, I understand why he is defending his opinions and saying certain things, especially when he said certain things about the Candace Owens. I understand why. Because he's Jewish. He is surrounded by Jewish community. He has investors who are Jewish. And he's answering to these people. And those people pushing you to say your opinion publicly, their opinion actually publicly. And that goes against your beliefs of freedom of speech. It's really hard to resist that because he's part of the bigger community. Unfortunately, I think for Ben Shapiro, he can't be fully himself in his opinions because he's tied up with the Jewish community. And with the war between Israel and Palestine, he can't fully express what he thinks, and he has to be always on the side of Jewish people because they are his people. It's just sad to see these two strong individuals, two strong allies, now not working with each other, now not fighting for the same cause that we was fighting before. And for me personally, it's very sad. I was looking forward to seeing them together, achieving their dreams, pushing their ideologies, and working more on creating free speech in the United States. And it's really sad seeing this come to an end because I respect both of them for what they stand for. I respect both of them for their personalities. I respect both of them for what they achieved. And it's very sad to see this situation escalated to this point that the Candace no longer is part of Daily Wire. So to sum up all of the situation, what actually happened? Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens were friends and respected each other. After war between Palestine and Israel, Ben Shapiro took his stance to defending Israel, and Candace Owens took her stance to standing against genocide, which some people took as an attack against Israel. Because of the situation, Ben Shapiro's friend, part of the Jewish community, his investors, was pushing him to say something publicly against Candace Owens because she's basically working in his own company, and he allows her to express her opinions against Jewish people. In this private event with the Jewish community, he was recorded by saying that Candace Owens' behavior is disgraceful. So all of this situation with Ben Shapiro saying these things about her, Rabbi Shmuley and Rabbi Barclay saying that she's anti-Semitic, because of all of these fights and drama, she either left or got fired from Daily Wire. And after this tweet, Christ is King, Daily Wire trying to push this anti-Semitic nonsense so they could justify themselves for the situation that is escalated to this point, which I think is nonsense. I think there is nothing anti-Semitic in this case. In certain ways, you could interpret that as anti-Semitic, but not in the way that Candace Owens said that. She has a lot of Jewish friends and she's never been against Jewish people, and I think that sounds ridiculous. This accusation sounds ridiculous. My conclusion to all of this, and what I learned from this situation, I'm building a company and I have people and I have friends who are working with me. I want to create wealth that I will not change my opinion for other people. If I think about certain things, if I want to say certain things, I want to say it, and I don't want to be scared that somebody in my community can get upset because of that. And because we're upset, they can push me to change my opinion about certain things. I think that's the whole thing about being free, is to express your opinion without being scared that something gonna happen to you, either physically or mentally or financially. Let's say somebody gonna close your business or destroy your income. That's my goal. I wanna create the company. I wanna create a community and everybody around me who can be themselves, who can express their opinion, even if their opinion is different than mine, but they are logical. So everybody in my friend group, everybody in my business community, everybody who are around me can be freely themselves and express their opinion freely as well, which I'm not seeing in a particular situation with Candace and Ben Shapiro, which is really, again, I'm going to repeat myself, very, very sad. Thank you for watching this episode. I appreciate you sticking to the end. Comment below what you think about this. It was Alan Morph, Morph Your Mind.